we already have males as part of many socio-economic issues that we encounter as a country. Can we now have males participating and being part of the good change, the positive change? We want males to contribute to the society positively as much as the pageant queens and princesses are doing. You see, it's so nice when you do, you see your Miss South Africa hair team doing something, giving back to the community, and taking pictures. It looks so nice, and you can see how happy people are.
Yeah.
Just by the mere effort of just trying to help people.
Hello UJ family, you are watching The Campus Life with myself, Sally Sithole, and today I'm having a conversation that I don't normally have with a gentleman. So on the 31st of August, the last day of Women's Month, Miss UJ APK and Mr and Miss UJ APK, actually, if I have to put it that way, had their finale, and today I am sitting with the king of Mr UJ APK, the first ever to have this crown. Congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
The first one ever.
Yeah, the first one ever. That's a big one. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm still trying to take it in.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, so it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to keep it, try to take in the moment, enjoy every bit of it, because I know I've worked for it, so it means something to be here.
Sure. Bayanda Nhleko, a lot of gentlemen don't normally see themselves in the pageant industry, competing in beauty pageants, but then you, on the other side, are not part of the normal crew that people normally think about. So you decided to go otherwise and be like, hey, I'm going to enter this pageant, but why?
I like a good challenge.
Yeah.
Right? I like a good challenge, and also I like challenging the societal stereotypes, such that even my whole advocacy for this pageant was centered around that, getting males to be recognized in this space, right? And fighting the societal stereotypes that this is only for gents. I mean, this is only for ladies, right? So looking at the work that the pageant queens and princesses are doing to the local communities, giving back and supporting, I was inspired. I wanted to be part of it. Yeah, I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to make the difference.
Yeah.
Also, as much as the ladies are doing it, I feel like that's a space that the gents need to also be part of, or possibly dominate, because we need more good deeds from the male side of things. So that's all in all. My motto and then the motivation to entering, and yes.
Yeah, I like that. But let's circle back into your childhood. Where are you from? How was your childhood like? Was it like, were you one of those guys who were, taking the cows out and so forth? Like, how was it,
Well, I've been always like a sort of leader even from my friends. I always carried that mindset. But just to quickly take everyone back, I'm from KZN.
Okay.
Yes. I grew up in a place called KwaNongoma. I stayed there with my grandmother for the longest time, and then she saw that I had potential in academics. I was doing well, and then they decided to move me to a small town also not too far from Durban, where they felt like the level of education was good for me. Then I stayed there with my grandmother's younger sister, also my grandmother. So yeah, I stayed with her, and then she taught me good values like respect, and growing around in an environment where you are raised by women, you learn to understand and respect them. So those are some of the solid values that she gave me. Respect.
Yeah. How was your family background like growing up? I mean, you told me that you have altogether it's 7 children in the household, right? Yes. How was that environment like? I mean, I'm sure the house was full of laughter and noise and sometimes maybe arguments, I don't know, but how was it like?
Yeah, we fought a lot. So I'm the only child, if I can put it like that. I'm the only boy, and I have like six sisters.
Yeah.
So it was always challenging. I don't wanna lie.
How challenging?
They always have this thing of teaming up against me. I'm sorry, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, the brother is the one who's always wrong, but also the brother is the most protective one. Also, like I knew that my job was to protect them in everything. Even the older one, she'll fight me about it and be like, "You are not my father. Like, you're also not my mother." But it was an environment where you can clearly see that love lives there. We all take care of each other, because my grandmother raised us like that. We must take care of each other. And that's that. And it's a very cultural environment. We're taught about culture and why it's so important. She did a lot of that. And then she helped us establish our relationship with God also.
Oh, that's good.
Because she put us, all of us, in that path of going to church every Sunday, attending classes, Bible studies, Sunday school, and everything. So that's the environment. That was the environment.
Yeah. So you when did you decide that you are going to go into the career that you are in right now?
Okay. So initially I wanted to do business management, because I was in love with the whole idea of working for yourself and being an entrepreneur, right? Until I got to grade 10, and then now my perspective of that course was challenged by one of the student teachers who had came in at that time to assist us with business studies. And then she started asking us individually, what do you want to study after this, after high school? Everybody said whatever they wanted to study, and I said I wanted to study business management. And then she let it slide. She spoke to everyone else, and then after the class she came to me and said to me, actually, Bayanda, you have potential. I've seen the way you perform academically. I just don't think business management is the way to go about it. Right. And then she asked me why I loved it. I told her I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And then she was like,
I want to be a CEO.
Yes, I want to be in charge. I want to be that guy. And then she was like to me, no, rather you find something that's still business related, that's going to help you learn more about businesses, just not business management, because she said there isn't a lot of job on that side. You just have to create. And then, it took me time to try and think it through, but I took it like that, like people start businesses to create jobs for themselves, right, and support their families. There's very few people, if I can put it like that, that start businesses and want to give them away just because a person started business management, right? So I said I would do accounting, which is not too far away from the whole business space. I'll learn more about businesses. Actually, accounting is business. So I'll learn more about businesses, how to own one, how to manage your finances and everything. So that's how I got here, my perspective. That lady changed my perspective.
Shoo, shout out to you. What's her name? Do you remember her name?
Yeah, it was a very long time.
Yeah, but shout out to her. I mean, like, she has, like, just a small conversation that probably took a few minutes or hours, but look, it has changed your life completely.
Yes.
So shout out to her, whoever she is. If she's gonna be watching this, shout out to you. But then let's transition from this conversation. And you are doing your final year in accounting. That's, I mean, from what we see on the social media streets, when we have a conversation with other students, we'll be like, accounting is no joke. Right?
True.
It's no joke.
True.
So how are you going to manage the responsibilities of being a final year student and also being the first Mr UJ APK?
I like a good challenge. I sometimes judge myself for the type of stuff or everything that I put myself through, because I cannot just sit and do nothing or focus on only school. I like taking on more challenges. Right, so with that characteristic, I've learned to try and manage my time a little bit better. Right, I've consulted about it a few times at PsychEd, how to deal with time management and everything. So I've gotten used to having tight schedule and having tight deadlines and everything, and trying to keep up, you know. So for me, it's really like setting my priorities straight and keeping to the schedule that I've set for myself, because being Mr. UJ or being a student is not the only thing I'm doing at UJ alone. I'm also a deputy chairperson of OP Reef.
Okay.
So yeah, these are some of the things I'm doing, and they all require my time. And they all have, let me just say, lessons or things that skills that I'm supposed to learn, like from all those positions that I'm holding right now, being Mr. UJ, being deputy chairperson, being a student. There are things that I have to learn. And I feel like for that to happen, I need to balance out everything and really stick to my schedule that I've set for myself.
Yeah, I like that. But then now, as Mr. UJ APK, right?
Yes.
What are you planning to do in your reign? I'm sure during your judging processes, the judges have probably asked you, what is it you're going to do with the title? But now that you have the title, what is the plan?
Yes, the title came with being an ambassador for community engagement, right? Which is an office at UJ that aims to assist and help the surrounding communities, and it's not limited to that.
Yeah.
It's from within, from helping students to outside the neighboring places and the small towns around University of Johannesburg.
Okay.
So we do have a project that we're going to be working on that touches on, it's more of a social project and also a leadership project that looks at social issues, that also aims to promote gender equality and touches on the cases of food security and everything, which is a project I'm working on with my fellow brothers, the Prince, the first Prince, Given, and also the second Prince, Ndima, and the official brand ambassador for community engagement, Aka.
Okay.
He was also one of the participants. So we are all working together towards that. Yes.
You know, I have a pageant background, if you don't know. I used to be in the modeling industry, past tense. So I know that entering a pageant has a bit of challenges, you know. There's sometimes a bit of up and downs that you can, you know, go through and experience and so forth. But I just want to find out from you, what were some of the challenges you had to overcome? I'm sure there must have been something somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that means there was a big challenge. What was this?
No, for me, I feel like it was finding my place, right? Finding my place and remembering what I stood for.
Yeah.
Right, because I was in a pageant where all the guys I was participating with, like, they had their own strengths and everything. So I was trying to look at what sets me apart. And I feel like that's the best thing I did for myself.
Yeah.
I think the challenge was just trying to find myself in this place full of people with big personalities, amazing, brilliant guys and ladies.
Yeah.
Just finding my space and then that setting, right? So I was aware that I wasn't the tallest.
Yeah.
I wasn't the fittest.
Yeah.
We had the fittest, we had the tallest. You know, maybe charm, I can take that and walks. But it was just trying to find myself in that space where everyone has a lot to say. You know, I'm good at this, I'm that, and everything. So just trying to find myself in that space first. I think, that was a challenge on its own. But the answer to that was just me saying, okay, fine, we have the strongest, the tallest, and everything, but I'm Bayanda. And I'm my mother's son.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And there's no one like you.
Yeah, there must be a way. And also, another challenge was just balancing everything out.
Yeah.
Because as much as I can say I have a good schedule that I try and follow, sometimes things can go, you know, there are those things that are outside of routine that you are not expecting. So just trying to keep up with everything else I needed to do, my deputy duties, school and everything. It was fairly challenging, but I got used to it.
Yeah, sure. I like that. But now, in terms of advice to your fellow classmates, to your fellow students within the university, right? I'm sure as your role, as chairperson, you can sometimes, I assume that you do see some students who are struggling to balance the responsibilities that they have and schoolwork. What advice would you have for those kind of students?
I'll just share with them my secret recipe. Make use of all the resources made available by our institution.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of studying in 2 different universities, right? I studied in one in KZN before I came to University of Johannesburg. And it's only when I got here where I saw that actually this is a very resourceful institution. Like, you have psych-ed, make use of psych-ed, like go there, approach them, talk about time management, tell them this is my problem, this is what I'm struggling with. They are more than willing to help. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I accepted that first I need help.
Yeah.
And then I reached out to psych-ed and then they would help. And we also have the development center, the writing center. People can go there. If you feel like you're struggling with your academics and everything, they can help you with like tips, our study tips, and it can go to specific your modules that you're doing, right? You get somebody who's a specialist and you get assist specially for you or your case, whatever you're struggling with. So yeah, I feel like we should make more use of the resources that are already made available to us by the institution.
Yeah.
University of Johannesburg, yes.
I'm going to take it back to community engagement, like you have mentioned before, right?
Yes.
And now, if a student comes to you, like, what is the importance of community engagement? I mean, why should I even involve myself in it? What would you say to them?
The amount of experience, but before experience, just serving, there's a certain level of satisfaction that comes with assisting those who are in need. And there's a certain amount or a certain level of growth that you attain from it also.
Yeah.
Just assisting, and you learn. When you're at community engagement, there's a brilliant team there. You get to learn a lot about organizing programs of your own, on how to go about assisting and everything. So I'd say if you want to learn, if you want to make the difference, and if you want to be part of the change, join community engagement.
I like that. I just want to take you back to the 31st of August when you were crowned, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the question you were asked when the final question? When you were in the, I don't know, top 5 was not there, but that question that they asked you that made you the winner, do you remember?
Yes, I cannot put in the exact words, but I do remember the question, and it was along the lines of why is it so important for males to be part of the platform, and what expertise do they bring also that isn't there already, since it was the first one of that nature for Mr and Miss UJ APK. Yeah, so it was the first one. So I understood the question. Yeah. I understood the question because it's like, it's the first one here, and why is it necessary to have males there? What skills do they bring? Yeah. That was the question.
So what did you say?
I was in the element, I was in the zone. But what I touched on is that we already have males as part of many social economic issues that we encounter as a country. Can we now have males participating and being part of the good change, the positive change? We want males to contribute to the society positively as much as the pageant queens and princesses are doing. You see, it's so nice when you do, you see your Miss South Africa hair team doing something, giving back to the community, and you're taking pictures. It looks so nice, and you can see how happy people are. Yeah. Just by the mere effort of just trying to help people, and you can see the difference that you have made, right? So I just wanted to see males do that. That's what I touched on, that we want to see males tap into that space of not being part of problems, but being part of the solution now.
Yeah, and how was the crowd? They were like, wow, Bayanda!
Yeah, it was there, I don't want to lie. But also we had other participants that like the crowd was really on their side.
Oh, I
Like
see.
we all had our people.
Yeah.
People came to have fun, and people did
Yeah.
exactly that. They had
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It was nice. But yeah, they did really go
Yeah.
crazy for.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I was cut short because my answer was too long and I only
Yeah.
had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was cut short, I couldn't finish it. But I was
Yeah.
also like happy with myself because whatever I needed to cover, I had covered. It was just trying to build from that, building a conversation such that I raise a solid point.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I like that. But I think, in all honestly, when you are done, okay, let me not use the word done. When your reign ends,
Yes.
right, as the king, what legacy do you want to leave behind? When people look back and say the first Mr UJ APK, what is it that you want people to say about you at the end of your reign? Tricky question. Hey, it's like you're on it's like you're on the stage again.
No, not even. It's just that you are bringing me to the nature of the beast, the factor of the matter, that it will end, and there must be a legacy that you're gonna leave behind.
Yeah.
I just want people, at least if there's anything they can take from me, is that it's possible. It can be done. Right? You shouldn't at any point stop dreaming or trying to reach for higher heights.
Yeah.
School is always going to be challenging. There are always other things that are going to like be demanding your time and everything. There's always going to be challenges, right? But if you want it, you'll find a way to do it. And I want to be remembered as that guy who wanted it so bad and went and did it.
Oh, I like that. I like that. But Bayanda Nhleko, I think this is where we are going to leave the conversation. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's such an honor to sit with the first Mr UJ APK. After this, while you are not here, I'm going to be getting an autograph. I don't know about what you're going to be doing, but where can people find you on social media?
I'm just mainly on Instagram and also on TikTok. On Instagram, you can just search Bayanda Nhleko, but the handle is Coachella_RSA.
Okay.
And then also on TikTok, you can search Bayanda Nhleko. The handle there is Coachella_Mzansi.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
okay. Representing everybody in Mzansi. Thank you so much, Bayanda.
Thank you
and
very much,
all the best with your reign. I hope you make a difference. I hope you touch lives. And I hope that the people are going to, enjoy and see the legacy that you're going to leave behind.
Thank you very much. Please invite me next time.
I will definitely invite you
Again and
next
again.
time.
It's nice here. It's nice to
Don't
be
worry,
here.
I'm still going to invite you to talk about what you did in your reign. Okay? I'm going to
Lovely
keep you
stuff.
accountable. Be like, hey, what did you do? You said you're going to do this and this and
Yes.
this. But then how is it looking now, right?
How is it looking now? Lovely
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. Well, this is where we are going to leave it for today. Until I see you next time on the next episode. Goodbye.